Hello, everyone. I would like to personally share the announcement this week since we're coming up on spring break. So, taking a look at the Wilmington University academic calendar, you will see that we are coming up on spring break this Friday, March 29th, with classes resuming on the following Saturday, April the 6th. So today is the 25th and we begin week 4. You will go through the module, and technically these assignments are not due until April 7th, which is fine if you have plans for traveling or visiting with family. However, if at all possible, I would encourage you to submit your assignments before spring break so that we can pick up week 5, where you'll be working on those assignments that you have prepared for this week. That way you won't be pressured to work during the week of spring break, as all assignments for week 4 will be due Sunday, April the 7th. So let's take a look at what is coming up for this week. So week 4 includes activities to prepare for the flipped classroom models that will be created in week 5. And I say models because there are 2 of them. One is a video lesson, and the other is an activity created with an interactive collaborative tool. These are 2 separate assignments. And to be clear, these assignments this week 4 are in preparation and practice for assignments that will be completed in week 5. The first assignment that you will do is called a 5x5 video. It is to produce a short video creating 5 clips that are 5 seconds each. Really kind of to tell a story, and you have the opportunity to be creative using titles, captions, transitions, music, or sound effects. There is a sample 5x5 video on Canvas for you to see of my experience on a nature trail, showing different angles and different sounds, and a path for the little nature walk. There are also other examples on the Vimeo, and there's a web link to that, so you can feel free to go out there and find some inspirations and get outside and have a good time with your video camera. You may use any editing software that you choose, and I can give some suggestions. There may be some resources in the Readings and Resources folder. The next assignment is to create a lesson plan for your flipped video recording. This lesson plan is your instructional design for delivery of a virtual lesson that is asynchronous, meaning not in real time with your students, but a video that engages them with instruction by you that they can view anytime, anywhere, before the class that follows up with activities for practice or demonstrating their understanding of the concept you introduced in your lesson. So the various formats of lesson plans are depending upon your school and your district. However, there are some templates in the Reading and Resources folder, just as long as they have the key elements and the criteria, beginning with the learning goals, objectives or essential questions, the curriculum and technology standards, targeted materials and resources, which would include, in this case, setting up and preparing for the recording, including your props, the atmosphere that you'll record in, the environment, lighting, angles, and so forth. You want to practice all this ahead of time and just note some where you're going to do it and how you're going to do it in your lesson. Then, of course, your content focus. What are the steps you will take to deliver the content? Strategies you will use to engage your students. What real-world examples can you use to make the lesson meaningful and authentic? Most flipped video lessons are introductions to a concept where you're providing the background information. You can certainly base this lesson upon previous concepts taught as a foundational. Then the students will use that information to do something with it when they come back into your classroom. And then they are ready for the activity or project based on the material they've learned. You are not creating the video this week in week 4. You're just preparing the lesson to think through what you're going to do and then submit it in the assignment area. And I do have an example for that in a moment. And the second flipped classroom model is not a video, but it is an interactive collaborative web activity where you will use one of the quality educational web resources you found in your Symbaloo collection, or maybe one that you've seen someone else share. This activity will be set up to engage your students in a learning concept, reviewing or practicing, or enhancing a deeper understanding of a higher level learning of the concept. So you may either choose a new, fresh app that you've never used or would like to try, or you could use an app you're already familiar with, but be sure you transform your lesson with this app to meet the criteria that makes this app high quality, learner-centered, personalized, allowing for creative, higher level problem solving, thinking related to real world problems. Check the rubric provided. Remember, this is not synchronous, it's asynchronous. So if you're using an app such as Nearpod, it would not be for everyone to use at the same time, but that students would access on their own anytime, anywhere, to complete within your timeline for submission. So to recap, the flipped video is a brief introductory lesson. The interactive collaborative web flipped lesson is actually an activity that can be embedded in a lesson or as a practice or enhancement. So it's not a lesson itself. So for this week, you'll simply decide what web app you want to use, play around with it, try out some of the features, and then submit the name of the app and the link in the assignment area. The lesson plan that you're going to create, you'll submit in the assignment area just like this. It'll be a hyperlink. You're not going to send me the file. Wherever you upload it to Google, please make sure it is public for sharing, and hopefully your district will allow you to do that on a document, and then put it in the assignment area as your flipped video lesson plan. So I'll just be able to click on it and see it. Now this is not actually linked to a lesson plan, but it's linked to a lesson plan template that you could use to fill in. It is a PDF, so that you would open it in Google Docs and then you would type into your Google Docs. The 5x5 assignment that you'll submit in the assignment area will be submitted like this. You'll name it and then you'll put your hyperlink directly to where it is. I would recommend, if you're using a cloud service, that you could use Vimeo recording and upload it to Vimeo, or if you use your mobile device, iPad, iPhone, or a video camera, then you would just save it up to upload it to YouTube and save it that way, have a YouTube channel. And then finally, your web interactive collaborative activity. If, for example, you choose Padlet, it would look like this. You would put Padlet and then you would put the link and a brief summary of your activity. And this is just an example. Later, I'll actually show you what this is, an exemplary example that a previous candidate did. And I will share this with you. It's very simple in Padlet, and it's really a good example. So along with that activity, if you have thought through the resources that you could include for your students to do independently but have a little help, here are 3 ideas: a video from YouTube, a link to a website that gives some examples or some interactive simulations. And then also you could provide an actual diagram. In this case, it was a shape, being able to see the categories of the shapes of polyhedrons. So with that, I hope that you'll have a great week leading up to our spring break.